So this is Tony Gonzalez from Made in Metal, Spain. And today we are talking to the store, to Leo, who is the main character from the store. Hello, Leo, how are you?
I'm very good. Are you Spanish media? That's sick. Actually, half my family lives in Spain.
Yes?
Yeah.
And why are you living up the north?
I don't know. It just ended up like that. I got a lot of family in Spain, and I'm actually heading over in only 2 weeks to visit them.
Ah, good, perfect.
Yeah.
But it is going to be hot.
I know. It's extremely hot in Spain. I saw that.
Join the Storm is your debut album. What does it represent for you?
This album actually just represents a lot of creativity for my part. It's just been this album is the result of just having a lot of fun and being super creative and yeah it's and also it's my kind of way to just say the reason it's called Join the Storm is because what I mean by that is kind of join the chaos, join the chaos, and in a chaos, in a storm, it's like everything is it's every different kind of person, every different kind of music. It's just a full package of chaos, and that's kind of what the album is representing, and that kind of reflects in music because, like I said, it's just been a lot of creativity and no rules, no. We're not following any like we have to do either that or we have to do that. We've just been doing what we want to do and being ourselves and had a lot of fun. So yeah, that's the result. Join the storm.
This is your first album, but as long as I remember, it's not your debut in the show
Oh.
business. No, when you were 13 years old, you were in a band called Snob Store. Prior to this, when you were 10 years old, were you starting in music?
I started my first bands when I was 8 years old. That's when I started to grow my first bands, and then I started the thing you told like snowstorm, which translates in snowstorm, with a friend of mine, and we had a lot of fun. We released some songs. We played some concerts actually, and yeah, we had a great time. But at the age of 13, that's when I think yeah I think so. That's when I wanted to move on to this storm project because I wanted to have a project where I could do like anything where I could yeah a project where I could be a metal artist, a rapper, a pop star, whatever, just a project that's mine and that's what I want to make.
Years old, your first music that you sung was metalcore?
Yeah, actually, kinda. It was.
Don't tell me.
or or like I didn't know how to write these metalcore riffs back then, but I was kind of heading directly into that genre when I started. At the first, it was kind of probably a little bit more like rock punk, but I started screaming pretty early by accident actually because I got so hyped. So it's those screams started coming out of my mouth, and and I started. Of course, I listened to a lot of metalcore type of music, so therefore it's influenced what I wanted to make. So yeah, pretty early on I started with metalcore. Yeah.
According to the people from your age, you blend different styles. How did you keep a cohesive identity across this diverse?
Yeah, that the thing is that I actually don't think about that too much. I don't want to think about that. But it's not. There's nothing that's not storm enough. If you understand what I'm saying, it's like I don't really think about it. Like when we make music, we just sit down and me and my producer, it's a guy called Erland. We always write songs together, and we're just like, what should we make today? And it can be anything. Sometimes I'm calling him like, yo, I wanna make a pop punk album, and he's like, all right. And the next day I'm calling him, hey, I want to be a rapper. I have all these kinds of ideas every day, and that's kind of the result of this album because there's so many different genres. And so yeah, I don't really think about keeping the songs together. I just think about that there should be a great song.
You have said This record is the sum of everything you have done so far. Is there a song in this recording that reflect that evolution?
Let me think. Probably all the songs, but especially songs like, for example, my newest one, "Suffocating." It's kind of it's a song where feel like I managed to like blend in those metalcore kind of riffs where I started, where it all started for me, because I started playing guitar. That was what it started with me. And but I managed to blend in those new things that I've been learning about. For example, like drum and bass breaks and catchy vocal choruses. So yeah, for suffocating would be a great example of what you're saying there. Yeah.
Suffocate is a very good song. Fever
Thank
Dreams,
you so much.
yes,
Thanks.
Fever Dreams is another great song. Yes,
Yeah, thanks. That's a crazy one.
yes. In two songs, you collaborate with different artists, Snak the Reaper and Fixation. How
Yeah.
collaboration come about?
So both of them are kind of funny stories, especially one with Snack the Reaper because he's he's uh, he he's like an old legend in Canada. I was yeah, he's the rap legend in Canada. If you search up like rap beef Canada, that guy will show up on the top, you know. So he's a big dude, but he's been playing a lot in Europe, you know. And my dad booked him for my dad's nightclub back in the days when I was only like I think I were 5 years old, 4 years old. And then his flight back to his home, he got canceled, you know. So he had to stay, and we told him, "Hey, you can stay at our place if you want to." So he stayed at my race car bed. That was like yeah, it was super small, and he and his girlfriend stayed in that bed, and we got to know that guy. And then my dad booked him like every year. He came to this little town in Trondheim, like small town in Norway, but he always came, and I got to know him. I started calling him Uncle. He was like, "Hey, Uncle Snack," you know. And last time he came, we played a concert together, and he was like, he just came to me after the concert. "Hey, Leo, you want to hit the studio tomorrow?" And I'm like, fuck yeah, man. And it's like, yeah, I see you're ready now. I see you're now. Now you're starting doing something great, man. So, and I was like, yeah, 100%. And then we sat down in the studio the day after. We didn't really do a lot. We just talked, had a lot of fun. And but he was like, I told him like, yeah, should we do this kind of rap metal Linkin Park type of song? And it was like, nah, dude, people will expect that. We got to do the unexpected. And I was like, all right, you want to help on the heaviest track I got, you know? And he was like, yeah, I want to do it. And I showed him the track. It was like, it's 6 minutes long. It's definitely not the radio's banger or anything like that. It's like crazy song, but it was like, fuck yeah, I want to join that one because people wouldn't expect it. So yeah, that's a great story. And with Fixation, those guys I've known for those are like kind of record label buddies. We've known each other through the record label, and the guitarist Martin Selm, he has been mixing all of my songs and recorded the guitars because he's crazy guitar player, and he helped me produce my first EP. So I learned a lot from him, and yeah, very good band. They're great. They're doing very good now, and yeah, they add. I feel like when Fixation joined the track, they just added another extra level to the song.
In a few weeks, when you come to Spain, the Spanish people will call you Leo, not Leo. Yes,
Yeah, but
no,
that's what, Leo. That's how my family pronounce it because they're Spanish, you know. So they're like Leo, but yeah. Or what you know what they call me? They call me all the time Lo Leo, Lo Leo.
is Walking Dead a song inspired on the serial?
Nah, maybe, kinda, yeah. I watched the series, of course. It's a very good. I love it. But when we wrote this song, the story behind it is that, you know what I mean by Walking Dead is the fact that it can feel like that when you're kind of sticking out from the big crowd, you know. But we used a lot of like a lot of you know Walking Dead related words, you know, like apocalyptic monsters, things like that to like get in the vibe. So yeah, when you're saying it, yeah, it was definitely an inspiration. Yeah.
There is a song called Fame. In this song, you say that you are not looking for fame, but are you really not looking for fame? What are you looking for?
What I'm looking for, I'm saying my dream is to live off music, man. My dream is that I can do music for a living, and of course, you have to make it through. But the biggest point of the song was that I feel like there's a lot of clout chasers nowadays. People want to get attention from the big crowd, you know. People want to, yeah. So what the song is really about is that fuck that shit, man. Do it for the passion, you know. Don't be someone you're not, you know. If that's the fame you want to get, fuck that. So I don't mean it like as being famous, but like craving a type of fame from people that you look up to or anyone. But that's cool. But if you have to change yourself to do it, then it's not cool anymore, you know. You have to be yourself, stay real. Yeah.
As I repeat, according to your age, because usually I'm 64 and the musician I usually interview are not so young as you. So, according to your age, what role did TikTok and your online presence play in shaping and promoting the album?
That's a funny one because some years ago, like in 2023, I started doing TikTok and it just snapped, bro. It just some videos just blew up and suddenly I just got a lot of followers and I was like, what the fuck? This is a game changer, you know? And a video I posted about a song I dropped then, it just got a lot of streams because of that. And it's my most streamed song today also. But but now I'm gonna be honest with you, it's like the game is kind of fucked up because it's so random what works and when it works. It's like so recently I haven't been that active on TikTok anymore because it can be exhausting, you know? You're getting too like too focused on is my TikTok doing good instead of being focused on making good songs, you know? And I kind of felt like that, like because I had those viral videos and I wanted to get more of it, you know? I wanted to go viral again with my new songs, but it didn't work the same. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm doing exactly the same. Why isn't it working, you know? Scrolling, seeing what other people does. And then I was like, hey, I put down my phone. I can't look at I can't be like that, you know? So recently. I haven't been that focused on TikTok, not for my album either. And but don't misunderstand me though. I love the app, and I think it's a great opportunity for people to shine without having a big record label or a big promotion team. Like everyone can blow up on this app. So that's great, and that's so cool that I've seen a lot of bands that's just blown up because they've been because people found them via TikTok. And that also helped me, like I said, it helped me, but it can be a little bit exhausting, you know, being too focused on TikTok and the followers, the likes, the views, you know. So now recently I've been kind of like just put my phone down and be like, if I get an idea, I'll get it out, but I'm trying to be more focused on my next music coming up, you know.
Some lyrics are about the stories or so, but my question is, are personal experiences inspiring your lyrics?
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to be honest, you know, because what I've experienced through writing lyrics is that when I'm writing something that doesn't feel 100% right, it doesn't feel right at all, you know. It gotta be something that I believe in, something that I like to write about, and I'm only I'm only learning more and more, you know. When I started out, I thought lyric writing, you know, was the hardest part because my English wasn't the best, and I wasn't the best at like getting my thoughts out in words, you know. But then I've practiced that. I've learned, and with more life experience, I feel like I'm getting better. You know, every year I'm living, I have another year to talk about, you know. So yeah, now I'm just trying to write what's real, you know.
Taking account this that you has told me, were there moments of doubt or creative block?
Not really, not really. It was, to be fair, it was, yeah, the songs just came, and I didn't have a, I was very tired after we had finished the album. Then I was like, all right, now I need a month or two, just don't think about writing new music because it's been a lot, you know. But but it was like all the songs just came every day. Me and my producer, we sat down for 2 weeks and we wrote like two songs every day. We tried to do that. So we ended up with a lot of songs. But the hardest part was to finish the songs. I think it's a lot more funny to start the idea than finish the idea because then it's so technical, you know, and we have to be so exact and so and yeah. So at the end, it was a lot of studio sessions. I was kind of tired of singing the songs all over again, you know. We've been recording vocals for like probably 6 or 7, 8 times, but that's a part of the process, you know. And and no, I haven't had any creative blocks, and it's just been a lot of fun. That exhaustion and yeah, all of that. That's what I like. I like that part. I like when you're kind of tired because it just drives you to work harder, you know.
Taking account some of the lyrics, do you care more about emotional connections with the audience or you are looking for commercial impact?
The first one, 100%. I want to connect. I want to connect with, like, I don't want people that doesn't. If I understand your question right, I don't want. My goal is not to like spread my music to, or I want to spread my music to the most people possible, you know, because I want everyone to give it a listen. My dream isn't to be a guy that no one knows who he is, but I have one or two songs that are like big radio hits, for example. I want people to listen to my music because they love it and they love what I sing about, the songs I make, and I want to have a connection with those guys. You know, I want to connect. I try to connect with everyone that's listening to my music because I think it's sick. You know, I'm a fan of so many bands, and when I feel like I can connect with them, that's an amazing feeling, you know. So when people are listening to my music, I'm trying to connect with them as much as possible, you know.
My next question is difficult, but it starts from a story that happened. For example, a friend of mine was on the stage ready for going out and play, and a manager goes and tells him, you know that you don't deserve this. So my question is, have you felt something similar when you are in a major festival like Summer Breeze or Download?
Nah, I like that's a hard question, man. But I feel like with all the, because it's been a lot of work, you know. We've been working very hard for this, so I wouldn't say that I don't deserve it. It sounds kind of cocky of me saying like I deserve that shit. That's not what I'm trying to say. But you know, but when I stand there, it's like I look at it as a gift, you know, for the hard work, you know, the opportunity to stand in front of those crowds and standing in those festivals. It's a gift. I look at it as a gift of for all the hard work, and yeah, that the hard work pays off, you know. So 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 nah, I just take it as it comes and I have a lot of fun. You know, I'm so grateful for all those opportunities and 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 all those things that have been happening these last years. It's been truly amazing. And it's also been like I can say that I haven't expected any of the festivals that I've been playing. Like none of them. If you told me in 2023 that I would play at Download Festival next year, I wouldn't believe you at all. But I did, you know. So it's all been a surprise and it's all been great, but also it's a lot of hard work behind all of this. So so yeah, it's a hard question, but yeah, it feels natural, and it feels, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity we have gotten. Yeah,
Leo, and how was the experience at download?
the experience was crazy. It was crazy, and and we had a lot of fun. We had like the boys' trip to England, to play at a festival, and went on stage. I saw people singing my lyrics, all the songs. Some of the people sang each and every one of my songs, even the songs that haven't been released yet. I don't know how they could sing it, but yeah, and that was an amazing feeling. Seeing, I didn't think anybody there knew who I was. I didn't think, like, I thought it would be a lot of people checking us out, but I didn't think that anyone knew who I was. But there were some people there that was, yeah, could sing every song, and had a great time, and we had a great time. It's a legendary stage, and almost the coolest part was being backstage, bro, because all of those big bands were at the same backstage as us. It's a childhood dream come true. I got to talk with like Escape the Fate, Polyphia, all those bands that I looked up to were at the same place as me. So I was like just going around talking with everybody and enjoying the moment. And it's been a dream of mine only being at the festival because there's so many great bands, and there's like it's a legendary festival. So me and the boys, we were just checking out all those bands playing after us. We had a great time. Limp Bizkit, that was crazy, and yeah, absolutely phenomenal experience, and I'll never forget that weekend. 100%.
Leo, and how do you balance personal life with such an intense career from a young age?
It's actually been going pretty good. It's I got school, and sometimes it can be a lot of school at the same time as it's a lot of music. When we finished this album, I also had exam periods, if that's what it's called. Exam, I think so. Yeah, like the last period in school, and it was pretty a lot of things that assignments that I had to do at the same time, as it was a lot of things with the album that we had to finish as fast as possible. But I managed to find a way that I can do both and work with it. But I gotta be honest, I prioritize music every day. Like I don't tell my teacher, but that's helped me a lot, and that's my passion. So, but it's been going pretty good. I feel like I can be myself on stage, and I can feel like I can be myself when I'm home, when I'm with my friends. I'm not changing who I am in case of music or not. So it's been great all the time. Yeah.
Leo, let me confess you something. I'm a teacher.
You're a mathematic?
No, no, no,
What do you say?
a Spanish teacher, a Spanish teacher.
Oh, Spanish teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
You know, I've got my Spanish teacher. He thinks I'm a funny guy, but he doesn't think I'm good enough in the Spanish classes.
but Leo, in your free time, did you watch serials from Netflix or Amazon Prime or things like that?
Yeah, I'm I like to watch series, but I'm kind of bad at it because I never take time to like sit down and watch a full series. I'm more kind of a movie guy. I like to watch movies, go to the cinema and watch movies. I'm like Batman movies and stuff. That's my favorite, 100%. But also I'm this I spend more time gaming. I like that more
Ah,
than watching this. Look at this. I got this Formula One I set up so I can drive Formula One cars. That's so when I'm not in the studio, I'm sitting right there.
so Leo, now that you show me this, if join the store were a video game, What genre will it be and will you direct it?
It would be a crazy action game, bro. It would be Batman inspired, 100%. It would be like a Batman inspired crazy action video game. A lot of challenges, but a lot of like, yeah. I don't know. That was a good question. I gotta think about that. Maybe I should make a Join the Storm game edition.
Good, but please, I take the credit.
You take the credit. All right, fair. We share the money.
Yes, yes. And tell me, when you have this pressure, your family is the kind of family that tell you that if you don't pass the test, you won't play.
My family, they want me to pass the test. They want me to finish school, you know, but they're very open-minded and they're very supportive of my career. So they always prioritize music with me, and I'm glad for that. But sometimes they're like, Leo, now you got to sit down and do some school, you know. And I'm like, all right, but they're very supportive. They're always there at my concerts. They're trying to support me as much as they can, you know. So yeah, they're amazing to have on the team.
What are your plans for this summer?
My plans for this summer, as I said, I'm going to visit my family in Spain. So I'm gonna take some time there, chillax in a very hot weather, and yeah, try to learn some more Spanish because my family speaks Spanish and I understand a little bit, but I'm not the best. So I have to practice a little bit more. But I'll stay there, have some time. But when I get home, I'm just gonna sit in the studio again. We've been in the studio for like a whole this all this month. We've just been writing new music for what comes after this album again, and then we have some concert in the closer to the winter time. So we're also like practicing, you know, all these songs to give the best concert possible. But yeah, I'll be working a lot. I'll be working a lot this summer, I think.
And would you like to come to Spain and play a concert close to where is your family living?
My family's living. You know what's the festival called in Cartagena? It's like this metal. What is it called?
I
Temple? Yeah,
Imperium.
Rock Imperium. You know, my family lives close by, so I've always said like I want to play at that festival because then my family can come and see me. You know, so yeah, Rock Imperium. That would be sick.
I hope that your company contact Rock Imperium and next year we
Yeah,
can play.
I've been telling them. I've been telling them. I'm like, can you check with Rock Imperium? I really want to play there. That would be crazy. You know.
Leo, thank you very much. I enjoy this conversation. Sorry,
Thank you so much.
yes, sorry if my questions were so hard for you.
Nah, I like that. I like that. It's not like the questions you expect, you know, and I like that you have your, yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's been great, man. It's been great. And hopefully I'll see you one time at Rock Imperium, though.
Perfect. Yes, if you continue with this company and I see that you will play a Rock Imperium, I will go.
Fuck yeah. Rock on, bro. I'll see you later.
Bye, Leo. Bye.
All right. Goodbye. Have a nice evening.